comfortable with good teammates while also learning their tendencies and preferences.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the three-point basket by Portland. Dort against Edwards. Takes a three. Portland with a rebound. This game against Minnesota is the first time they've met this year. Brooks, the pass to Adebayo. Here's Holland. Portland moving it around. 5 on the clock. Here's Fears driving in. And that one is stuffed right through.
Yeah, good finish. Fears has some serious explosion to his game.
Now here's SGA. The D's right on him. And he gets the bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied and just continues to elevate his game year after year.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Portland making their last shot. Porter's shot is off.
And that leaves his coach scratching his head because you can't get a better look than that.
Here's Fears. Again, the Trailblazers good for two.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's Nurkic. Uses the glass on the layup.
So capable of overwhelming you. Nurkic is terrific at maintaining his focus and balance on these tough finishes.
Here's Holland. It's Adebayo, high post. And Adebayo slams it in.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Now here's SGA. On the wing, Hauser. The three. And Fears pulls it down. Trailblazers lead by 7. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chauncey Billups. He said Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be their main focus at the defensive end, and as he put it, Shai's a riddle because he can light it up from outside, he has the speed to get to the hoop, and he knows how to draw the fouls too. Coach hopes that they stay disciplined and they can keep SGA off the line. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's SGA. Portland making their last shot. He's in his comfort zone, 2 for 2 to start this one.
And playing through that contact, SGA so tough in the paint.
Outside Edwards. Here's Holland. First shot won't go. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 7. "52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Holland. This one for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Porter with it. No points yet. Now here's Nurkic. Guarded by Edwards. And here's Dort. Lets the 3 fly. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. And he banks in the layup. Edwards got 5 points.
Wow, what a move from Edwards. He's fantastic at creating for himself.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Portland ahead, leading by 9. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, they found their offensive openings in the mid-range, and they continue to find ways to open up those jump shot opportunities.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
We've got Sharp. Shepard is out there with Williams. And it's Love in at the 1. That's the group for Portland starting the 2nd. All right, Grant, when we talk about the range Trae Young possesses, just how dangerous can this guy be?
Well, when he's on, he's a nightmare matchup for defenses. Once he crosses half court, he's a threat to score, which in turn really helps open up the floor for everyone else on his team.
And there's Porter on the assist by Caruso. Porter's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Williams on the wing. He's guarded by Caruso. The kick out to Williams. Oh, from deep. The offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about the upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you for the report. Here for Portland. Brooks, he's checked in for Williams. Anthony Edwards comes in for Shepard. And it's Fears in for Love. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the 2nd. White with a screen on Brooks. And here's SGA outside. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Some nice signs of progress for the Blazers last season.
And from that, renewed contracts for head coach Chauncey Billups and the front office. This is a young team that competes and shows a bright future.
Now here's Brooks. No points so far. Out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves ball. Looking back at last season, the best when it comes to shot blocking. Third is Brook Lopez.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
Holland, he's checked in for Portland. Timberwolves trail by 7. And here's Young. In attack mode, Trae Young.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Here's Fears. Pass to Edwards. Brooks outside. Here's Mamukelashvili. Three-pointer, no good. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Derek White is an impact player, but is he a star in this league? White said, "I'm not into labels. I just know whatever the team needs, I'm ready to do it." And what does this team want from him? He said, "Be aggressive, don't defer." And hearing that from great players, it just gives you confidence. Brian, back to you.
An impact player. Thank you, Allie. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the T-Wolves. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Outside White. Clock at 6. There's Young with the 3. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Portland making a switch here. Adebayo's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Lopez. Hauser comes in for Michael Porter. And it's Dort in for Derek White. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Here's Fears. Portland needs to get off a shot here. Brooks from outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Right side, SGA. Dort for 3. Edwards pulls it in. Portland shooting a nice 50% for the game. Here's Brooks. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Hauser. Pass to Young. Here's Nurkic. Guarded by Edwards. The fadeaway. And here's SGA outside. They get the rebound. And Nurkic throws it down.
And on the glass, Nurkic makes it look easy, using his reach to snatch the ball and get a shot of his own.
Now here's Edwards. 5 points in the game. Good defense there from SGA. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's Minnesota. They're up by 2. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Chris Finch. And, Coach, any adjustments that you'd like to see on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we'd like to get some movement and get into a bunch of random pick and rolls, and then we feel like keep the defense a little bit off balance, but it's been a little sluggish so far tonight.
Got to put the defense back on its toes. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
Well, right now for Minnesota, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And guys, let's talk now about that first half from Minnesota there in a tight.
This is some retro hoops, pounding the ball inside with intent. Man, I know you love this big fella.
And that's a wrap on.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, what a great performance by Trae Young.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
So for Minnesota right now, they've got Sam Hauser. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Lou Dort. Then it's Michael Porter, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
There's a screen. Brooks outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Brooks has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Porter. Dort outside. Lets it go from deep. Hits a three-pointer.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Here's Adebayo. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Adebayo's got 8 points.
Adebayo's teammates encourage him to be aggressive down there. He's a very intelligent low post scorer.
Back to SGA. Pass to Nurkic. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And another three from Minnesota.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Blazers trail by 5. It might not always show up on the stat sheet, but Lou Dort is one of the most feared defenders around, Legs.
Well, he's built like a middle linebacker, and he brings a high level of physicality. B.A., there's a reason he's earned the nickname the Torture Chamber.
Here's Dort. And it's in there. And now a 7-point Minnesota lead.
You can't play much better than this. That's 4 straight to start the half.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Holland. Here's the three. A rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And SGA has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now Hauser. Out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball. And it's time to give you a look at the top 3-point shooting teams from a year ago. Fourth, the Timberwolves.
Well, a big part of their offense a year ago was the 3-point shot, and their accuracy was unbelievable.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Brooks outside. Pass to Adebayo. Portland moving it around. For three, Fears. Portland, no good that time either. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Dort outside. Now Nurkic. And here's Hauser from the arc. Gets the 3-ball to go. Hauser's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
It's time in Portland. Here are your Blazers answers.
Love is checked in for Anthony Edwards. And then for Minnesota, Brook Lopez is checked in for Nurkic. Derek White comes in for Dort. And it's Young in for Hauser. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Pass to Fears. Three-pointer, Brooks. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Now SGA. He's got 9. All right, Tim, back in 1996, he led the league in three-point percentage. He shot 52% on 3 attempts per game. Talk about the hot hand.
Well, B.A., it shows you how much the game has changed. I had the green light, but it was a different shade of green. I still only took 3 per game. Now, you have multiple guys every night that will take 3 in the first quarter.
That green light's now neon green for many.
No doubt.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Minnesota leading by 10. The determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over.
Here we go, Blazers fans. Here comes your Trailblazers step team. Let's get crazy. For our Trailblazers step team. Here they
changes for Minnesota. Johnson comes in for Porter Jr., and it's Kennard in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Edwards looking it over.
Watch the screen.
Pass to Mamukelashvili. Shot clock at 5. Looking to end the run. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
Throughout the second half, they've achieved excellent efficiency on the offensive end.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Williams is checked in for Minnesota.
One shot.
At the line for one.
Free throw's good. Young.
And that's why he is box office. Trae Young could go off on any given night. He is so fun to watch with the ball in his hands.
Outside Love. Pass to Mamukelashvili. No good with the triple. And so it's Minnesota in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. We'll be back in a moment. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
I just love the way he plays. He does a great job of making everyone around him better.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Anthony Edwards, sharp out there with Williams, and it's Mamukelashvili in at the 4 slot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Outside Young. Porter looks it over. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
Edwards, a pass to Williams. Hey, puts up a 3. It's hauled in by White. The Timberwolves lead by 15.
Pick it up.
Williams into the lane. Pass to Lopez. Back to Williams. Releases. And another basket for Minnesota.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
I think everybody in here is in shock. In many ways, their team just hasn't shown up.
Here's Edwards for 3. He's off on that one.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
White, the pass to Williams. Hey, expanding his range. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili. Blazers trail by 17. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Outside Porter. Puts up the tray. And Young is good for 3.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. After seeing a franchise player like Luka Doncic traded, you think there's anyone who is truly untouchable now, Tim?
Well, I tell you what, that trade, BA, made me realize nobody in this league is immovable. You just don't know what the future holds, and I think fewer guys will stay with one team their entire careers.
That was a shocker for sure.
Look at those moves. You gotta dance like everybody's
So Portland going with almost an entire new group here. Adebayo's checked in for Sharp. Holland comes in for Mamukelashvili. Dylan Brooks checked in for Williams. And it's Fears in for Love. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Lopez. Hauser comes in for Williams. Dort, he's checked in for White. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Young. Pass to Fears. And here's Adebayo, defended by Nurkic. Can they get it? Brooks outside. The three ball. No good there.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Hauser outside. Now here's Nurkic. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Adebayo grabs the board.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Edwards, no good. Minnesota leading by 20. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
2 minutes in the game.
Dort, the pass to Nurkic. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good from outside. And Brooks has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth.
And this is something Brooks must continue focusing on. When he sets up guys, team chemistry improves.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Here's Dort. He launches. Rebounded by Adebayo.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Timberwolves.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Trae Young.
Well, he had a lot of success making plays for his team and breaking down the defense.
Young, it's money from deep.
The way they dominated, they earned the dub tonight.
It looks like they've got it wrapped up. What a night. Great execution on their part.
He's off from 3. And White has got the ball here for the T-Wolves. Williams with it. Guarded now by Williams. Young outside. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Adebayo. So it's Portland now. They trail by 18. Love! Johnson with the rebound.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
There's 25 seconds left in the final quarter. Love with the ball. Now pass to Williams. Here's Love. Now Adebayo. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Well, Trae, leadership is such a key part of the...
All right, thanks, Allie. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season.